Hello friends, I'm Bob Main from the Handgun World podcast. This video is about the Shield Plan B base pad. You might wonder, what is Shield Plan B? Well, let me explain a few things about the Smith & Wesson Shield pistol. First of all, there have been people that have had challenges with a few things. Here's my Smith & Wesson Shield. There have been people that have had a few challenges with some things. I'm going to go ahead and back up and adjust the camera just a little bit here. One of the things is with the factory 8-round magazines. Some people with relatively large hands, mine are relatively large, but they're not real meaty. But some people with relatively large hands, when they try to eject the magazine, see, I'm pressing the mag button right now. When they try to eject the magazine, it doesn't drop free. Okay? And the reason why it doesn't drop free when they're pressing the mag button is because it has a tendency right here, the base pad has a tendency to get stuck on your hand. And that's one of the problems with a lot of these small guns like this, because the grip area is small for some people, that it tends to get stuck on the hand. See that? It's not dropping free. Excuse me. Well, what the Shield Plan B magazine does, this is a Plan B magazine that is made by Paul Carlson of the Safety Solutions Academy. Let's get a good close-up here. One of the things that he's done is he's built in some relief right back here. Let me see if I can show you a comparison. Let's do it this way. Okay. Yeah, I think this will kind of illustrate a pretty good comparison. I'm going to line these base pads up right pretty much next to each other. You see how on the Plan B magazine, on the Plan B base pad, you see how that's squared off right there? And on the factory, it's rounded. Okay, that rounded edge gets stuck on your hand, but the flat edge does not. So I'll demonstrate. One of the benefits is, with the Plan B, the flat edge of the back of the base pad, okay, if I'm at slide lock right now and I want to unload, it drops free a lot easier, okay? Because this area right here does not get stuck on my hand as much as the factory does. Okay, the factory, that time it dropped free, but not always. In fact, with the factory mag, I have to adjust my hand a lot more. I got to really make sure that I get this pinky out of the way and I'll almost back my hand off of the grip. With the Plan B, I don't have to do that as much, okay? It just drops right out of the gun. A lot easier than the factory got stuck right there. See how the factory magazine, I pressed it and I pressed the mag button and it gets stuck. I got to really move my hand for the factory to drop free, for the factory magazine to drop free. So let me pick up my gear, because there's a couple of other things that I want to discuss. Magazines flying all over the place, but this is fun. The other comparison is that the Plan B base pads, these are prototypes that Paul sent me. These are made from pretty good aluminum, and they're heavier. They add a little bit of weight to the magazine. Not much, you know, that makes a difference in carrying, but enough to make that mag drop free. Now, I understand that Paul is going to be going to polymer base pads. That might not add any more weight than the factory base pads do, but this relief in the back of the base pad is very critical, because it's far less likely for it to get caught on your hand when you're ejecting. Here's the other. Check this out. You see how the sleeve on the Shield 8-round factory mag, how this sleeve moves around. Okay, if you carry your magazines vertical, that can slide down like that. Okay, so when you go to put it into the gun, when you go to insert it, if you're inserting it fast, you can pinch your finger. A lot of people have done that. In other words, they're carrying their magazines in their mag pouch like an extra magazine, and you go to reload, and you put that in there like you're supposed to with authority. Okay, I made sure I got my hand out of the way so that I didn't pinch my pinky and pinch the meat of my hand in there. With the Plan B, that goes away. And the reason that goes away is because this sleeve doesn't move. Okay? The sleeve doesn't move. What Paul has done is he's done a real good job of creating, let's see if I can get a close-up here in the camera, an interlocking design so that the sleeve locks and it locks into the base pad and it doesn't move. So what's really nice is you just perform a regular reload, okay? And there's a lot less likelihood of getting your hands pinched. Last but not least, what I like most about the Plan B base pads is that it makes the grip feel better in my hand because there's a ledge right here. See if I can get a close-up. That should show it to you right there. Right there, there's a ledge. Okay, there's a ledge that kind of locks my pinky right into the grip. Okay, it locks it into the grip. Some people with big hands don't like carrying small guns like this because their hand tends to slide off or the gun moves too much in their hand under recoil. In fact, with the factory magazine, it's a pretty slick grip. But with the Shield Plan B, I can lock it in there and my hand doesn't want to come off very easily. I think it makes for more accurate shooting, more control over the pistol, and I think it makes a big difference. So to have that ledge right there makes a big difference. It lets your see there. I think you can see it now. It kind of lets your hand lock into place a lot better, and you can see how the sleeve locks into the base pad. So those, I think, are the three major benefits. When it comes to malfunction clearing, if you've got to rip the magazine out of the gun, like if you've got a malfunction, you've got like a double feed. If you rip out the Shield factory mag, you can slip. You can slip off of it pretty easily. Okay, and you got to kind of manipulate it a little bit. You got to kind of work hard because it's sometimes hard to get a good grip on that magazine to rip it out. With the Shield Plan B, it's easy. I can grab it easily. Let's see if I can come this way and a little closer to the camera. I can rip that out of there. And the reason that I can rip it out of there easily is because there's a lot of surface. There's a lot of grooves here to grab onto. So when I want to rip this magazine out, I got a lot that I can get a hold of right here. See that? So very well designed base pads and sleeves by Paul Carlson at Safety Solutions Academy. I'm going to go to the range and I'm going to shoot this and I'm going to create some malfunctions at the range. So I'm either going to attach it to this video or I'm going to do a separate video at the range and I'm going to create some malfunctions, some double feeds and things like that and let you guys see that. But I would highly recommend it that you check these out. You can get these at shieldplanb.com. Shieldplanb.com. In full disclosure, Paul sent me 2 of these for testing and evaluation. These are prototypes. You have until August 1st to order them, and then I believe you're probably going to have to wait for the next run or something like that. But shieldplanb.com, check that out. And also check out my podcast, Handgun World Podcast. It comes out every week. I talk about practical concealed carry, competition shooting, Second Amendment rights, and things like that. So I'd invite you to check it out. Thank you for watching.